Hi, I'm John Benson, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about Buffy Season 2. I've watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer many times all the way through. I don't know, over 10 times, I'm sure. I've lost count a long time ago. Anyway, I'm watching it again now, and I normally watch it every Tuesday night. Today is Tuesday, so it's Buffy night. I'm wearing my Buffy t-shirt. I have a few t-shirts that I wear for Buffy night. Yes, I'm a Buffy nerd, and I'm happy about it. And the funny thing is, I didn't like it very much the first time I saw an episode on regular TV. It was an episode in season 1 about a demon that becomes a robot, a demon that went into the internet and then built itself a body to inhabit, which was the robot. I think it was called I, Robot Eugene or something like that. It was very hokey, and that was the first episode I saw of Buffy, and I didn't quite get that it was in many ways trying to be hokey. It was happy and doing that for a reason, and I also didn't get that episode had so many tie-ins with this story that went across the whole season 1 and further. The characters in it and how it developed, and also how it was developing the show. It was going from about being about vampires into these other things about demons, and actually kind of neatly, or trying, maybe trying too hard to show that it was modern by being in the internet, computers, bringing demons to the computer age. They did make jokes about this too. The one teacher who's this cyber pagan, that making up its own terminology. I thought now that I see it, when I see it, I think it's a very fun episode. I enjoy it a lot. But at the time, I thought it was very hokey. Stopped watching Buffy for a while and didn't pick it up again until season 3. So I missed the whole season 2 on when it aired on regular TV. And in season 3, I kept hearing references to some things that happened in season 2, particularly when, spoiler alert, I'm gonna talk about certain things that happened in the episode. Buffy came out a long time ago. I don't feel bad at all about making any spoilers, but if you haven't watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer or season 2 or any, it's up to you whether you want to watch further or not, because here come the spoilers. So they kept referencing when Buffy killed Angel. And that was a big deal. Or when Buffy slept with Angel, which also a big deal. So it references those events and a couple others throughout. And so I didn't know exactly what was going on, except for that it was a big deal. And so when I saw it later, I enjoyed it. But I realized watching season 3, how it was going to pull things from previous seasons into it, and I enjoyed that. That was different for TV at the time. It happens really all the time now, but it was great to see it, and I enjoyed it when I first watched it. I still enjoyed it. I still very much enjoy the writing in Buffy and the story, and the acting and many other things about it, which is why I talk about it so much. I'm talking about it now. And season 2 brought up a whole bunch of things. Season 2, Willow starts practicing magic. Kind of. She's going to decide she's going to take over for Miss Calendar and try to do the re-ensouling spell on Angel. Supposedly a very complicated, huge spell. And even though Giles is there, Willow is the one who does it. And you learn later about Giles, and his experience with magic and things. And so it's kind of a wonder that happened the way it did, kind of knowing some things. But whatever. It introduces Willow as being able to do magic, which is new for Buffy, and it develops a lot in Buffy beyond season 2. This is just the beginning of it. Also, beginnings, you see Jonathan and many other characters for the first time in season 2. seeing these characters and having Buffy as a group expand is a lot of fun. Especially seeing characters like Jonathan, who starts out as such a minor character and ends up being a much bigger character. I mean, especially in season 6. But it's really fun how they wind these characters through, even very minor characters like Jonathan. I mean, it's really amazing when it comes up. You go, what, John, that guy? Oh, wow. Okay, great. Buffy in season 2 really seems to get into stride. It really comes into its own as far as writing, the look of Buffy. The production values increase quite a bit over season 1. I mean, it's still TV from the 90s, so it doesn't have the production qualities that you see in things now, like things like Sabrina the Teenager, the new one on Prime, which has much better production qualities than Buffy had at the time. I mean, CG and things like that. I mean, even though there was little bits of it in the 90s, it just wasn't as available. And the whole being able to change the look of things digitally, post-production, and all those things weren't there the way they are now. So. But still, Buffy has a look to it, and it really kind of got that all together in season 2. As well as the writing and the characters, you really see where things are going with the characters in season 2. Angel, who was a minor character, but this character that was kind of on the outside, or you always kind of sensed that he was going to help Buffy, but he really comes in season 2, and of course goes out. Angel becomes evil in season 2, another big spoiler, in season 2, which they constantly comment about later on, and through the whole Angel, its own series. They keep talking about this moment in season 2 where he becomes evil, and what he does as it, and his evilness, that he didn't just try to go and then kill people. He plays with them, he tortures them, and he emotionally goes after family and friends and things like that. So it's not as easily predictable as a typical vampire show. Another reason why I think Buffy is so good. They also start doing the flashbacks to history in season 2. They go back to how, the backstory of Angel becoming a vampire, and of when Angel first meets Buffy, and how Drusilla becomes a vampire. These things are fun. It's particularly fun going back to classic times, pre-1900s, when they do these period pieces with the costuming. They do those very well. It's brings a lot of fun for me as a viewer to see that. And even when they just went back a few years to Angel, seeing Buffy for the first time, that was kind of fun too. It was more fun writing-wise than the looks of it. Angel has changed a lot in just one season, from season 1, where he really looked like a teenager, to season 2, where he's now much more of a man, looking, or adult. And when he goes back, he definitely has more of his adult features, because that's who he is now. Even though he's a vampire and supposedly stays the same, he's obviously an actor. So, but anyway, fine. It's easy to suspend the belief for Buffy, and it's just fun. It's only after watching it many times, like I have, that I really pick these things apart, and at the time they're just fun. And they do more of it. I'll always look forward to when they do these flashbacks to whatever they are, and other things that they will end up doing. there are many more issues that happen in season 2. I could get into the different episodes and things, but I like this to be general. I'm fine with going into it with this amount. I'm more than fine with discussing more of it, much more of it, in comments. Feel free to make whatever comments you want about Buffy the Vampire Slayer or whatever else in this video, and into the comments, and we can discuss it more, hopefully, because that's what's fun, is discussing this. I think Buffy brings up a lot of issues for discussion, and on the lungs of writing or the atmosphere, the sets, the costumes, makeup, whatever it is, the different characters, the acting in it. The acting also, I think, has become much better in season 2. I think the actors really have now, are into it, and into their characters. And season 1 was a mid-season replacement on a brand new network. So it's amazing what they were able to do in season 1 with what they had, and still I know people who think that season 1 is the best because it maybe was a little bit more raw, but it had all the elements that you think and enjoy in Buffy right there in season 1. But our season 2 for me is where Buffy really comes together as a show, and the actors really get on it, on their characters. Each of them have their nuances as characters. Like Cordelia isn't just mean or snarky. Then she also wants to really help, and she's always kind of torn and conflicted about this. And that whole character expansion happens in season 2. She first becomes Xander's girlfriend, but then she's out with the in crowd, but then so she leaves Xander, but then she comes back. So it's all fun, she kind of gets over the peer pressure, and that's what Buffy is so good at showing. Even though these are supposedly vampire or whatever demons or monsters she's supposed to be fighting, you really see in the different episodes of Buffy, these are all issues that are very relatable. And I certainly was reminded of my whole high school experience, dealing with peer pressure or whatever it is, wanting to do things or wanting to do the right things. And all these issues come up constantly in high school, and who you are, your identity, big deals in high school. And they bring that out a lot, and very well in the writing. And these shows feel very authentic, to use a Hollywood term or a writing term, but relatable. It just comes off being, oh yeah, that is what happens. So that's why I like the show so much. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, like I was saying. Hope to see you soon. Bye.